Yes, sir, your brother's here. Good morning, family. Welcome to the Anchor Club. My name is Melvin Jackson. I'm your host. I'm your brother. I'm your messenger. And yes, I am my brother's keeper. I come before you this morning with a message for you as well as myself. You know, family, being a seeker and a watcher, oh boy, you know, family, to be true about it, I can't always come before you and give you good news when our state or our position or where we are in our search for our Father. It's not always good news, family. It's good in the sense that you need to know the truth. That's good. The truth is always good. The truth hurt, but it's good. For I'd rather you give me the truth and deal with the hurt than you give me a lie and I go about my way thinking everything is all right, and it's not. You know, family, being a study of God's Word, the last video I spoke to you, family, and I suggested that you type in Black Jesus on YouTube and join in on the discussion. So much is going on when it comes to the truth, family. You must know who you are. If you decide to jump ship, as it was, and not stand up and be accounted for, I feel sorry for you. I just do, because I still love my family. I still love you. And I want the best for you like I want for myself. Somebody in the family's not doing their job. How do I hang out with you and act like everything is all right? Don't you understand, or don't you see the disjustice in that very thing? Imagine you or me or any one of our family that's not doing what they should be doing, not doing the right thing, not holding their part, if you will. Imagine everybody in the house get up and go to work, and then you got one that just lay there all day. How would you feel about that? If that one that we spoke of was for some reason disabled or not able to perform their test and do what is expected for them to do, then I can understand it in that way. But family, if there's nothing wrong with you other than the fact that you become lazy and don't care or want to do your share, you know, how do we look at that? You know, how do we take that? Let's play the whole picture out. You and I, we get up and just so happen to snow behind me. Just, because every day in life isn't always going to be that perfect day for these things. Some days it be raining. Some days it's cold outside. Some days, like I said, be snow outside. But we get up and do what we need to do. For we understand the importance of being responsible, not only to ourselves, but to the family. I use this phrase and I'll continue to use it because I say if you're not helping the family, then you're hurting the family. It's very simple. You know, and I know, there's no getting around to it. Everybody has a part. Everybody has a share. How would you feel when you get up to go to work and your sister's laying there and there's nothing wrong with her other than the fact that she doesn't want to work? Or your brother. It's hard enough to see a parent to do that because they're the leader of our family and they are the ones to set the example. Family, everybody's got a share to do. Everybody has a part. And like I said, if it's something stopping you physically or mentally and you're not able to do these things, I understand that more so than I understand that somebody or some one of us don't want to do their part. But we want to partake in all of the easy things. We want to partake and we want a part of what comes in the house. But we don't want to go out the house and get what is needed. It's wrong. You know it and I know it. And so when we get family members that do that, some of us have no choice. We as such because we just put up with it. Some people won't, and some families won't put up with it. They won't. For if, as a parent that look at the child, say in this way, spare the rod, spare the child. Because there's a price to pay for when you don't do what you need to or should be able to do. Again, it's simple. It's a simple rule. And we need to abide by these things because as a family, we have to function this way. Where I'm going with this, and who am I talking to? So the last couple of days I've been studying. You go on the YouTube page, Black Jesus, and there's so many things that come up. And one of the things that came up is that they realized in some of their research that they found in our nation, or in, excuse me, they found information, they found different things in their finding, in their searching, and they found that Israel, the nation of Israel, was singled out during the trans-American slave trade. That in proportion, the Israelites, our family, was singled out. And their study showed them that not only that our nation was singled out, I said in one of the videos, and I stand to be corrected because I said we are of the same nation. We are from different tribes that make up for that nation. and family, their research showed that in their disproportion, they singled out our nation. The scripture that I'm reading from Deuteronomy, and I'm stopping at, oh boy, verse 28, the blessing for obedience. And then I follow through with the curse of disobedience in 15, verse 15. I started out from what God was saying to us as a nation, that if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today. This is Moses speaking. Excuse me. This is Moses speaking. I give you today. The Lord your God will set you high above all nations on earth. All these blessings will come upon you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. You will be blessed in the city and blessed in the country. The fruit of your womb will be blessed, the crops of your land, and the young youth of your livestock, the calves, the herds, the lamb, the flock. Your baskets, your kneading trough will be blessed. You will be blessed when you come in and blessed when you go out. The Lord will grant that the enemy who rise up against you will be defeated before you. They will come to you from one direction and flee from you in seven. The Lord will send a blessing on your barn, and everything you put your hands to, the Lord will bless you in the land he's given you. The Lord will establish you as his holy people, as he promised you on oath. If you keep the commands the Lord your God and walk in his way, then all the people on earth will see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they will fear you. The Lord will grant you abundance, prosperity, and the fruit of your womb, the young of your livestock, and the crop of your ground, in the land he swore to your forefathers to give you. The Lord will open heavens in the storeroom of his bounty and send rain on your land in its season, and bless all the work of your hands. You will lend many nations, but you will borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. If you pay attention to the commandments of the Lord your God that I give you this day, Moses speaking, and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. Do not turn aside from any of the commands I give you today, to the left or to the right, following other gods and serving them. Oh man, I feel this. Oh boy, you ready for this here? Oh, you ready, boy? Here we go. Curses for disobedience. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow his commands and decree I am giving you today, all these curses will come upon you and will overtake you. You will be cursed in the city and cursed in the country. Your baskets and your kneading trough will be cursed. The fruit of your womb will be cursed, and the crops of your land, and the calves and your herd, and the lambs of your flock. You'll be cursed when you come in, and you will be cursed when you go out. The Lord will send on you curses, confusion, and rebut in everything you put your hands to, until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruins because of the evil you have done in forsaking him. The Lord will plague you with disease until he has destroyed you from the land you are entering to possess. Moses is telling us the Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever, inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with plague and mildew, and will plague you until you perish. The skies over your head will be bronze. The ground beneath you will be iron. The Lord will turn the rain of your country into dust and powder. It will come down from the skies until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You will come at them in one direction and flee from them in seven. And you become a thing of... Oh man, come on, man. Come on, man. And you will become a thing of horror to all kingdoms on earth. Your carcass will be food for all the birds in the air and the beasts of the earth. There will be no one to frighten them away. The Lord will afflict you with boils from Egypt and oh man, come on over. Excuse me, please. The Lord will afflict you with madness and blindness and confusion of the mind. At midday, you will grope about like a blind man in the dark. You will be unsuccessful in everything you do. Day after day, you will be oppressed and robbed with no one to rescue you. You will be pledged to be married to a woman, but another will take her and ravish her. You will build a house, but you will not live in it. You will plant vineyards, but you will not ever begin to enjoy his fruit. Your ox will be slaughtered before your eyes. You will eat none of it. Your donkeys will be forcibly taken from you and will not be returned. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and no one will rescue them. Your sons and daughters will be given to other nations, and you will wear out your eyes watching for them day after day, powerless to lift a hand. A people that you do not know. Come on, Marvin, you can do this, Sarah. A people that you do not know will eat what your land and your labor to produce. You will have nothing but cruel oppression all of your days. The sights you see will drive you mad. Oh man, can I finish this? Dear Lord, please excuse me. It's too much. It's way too much. You gotta see this, man. You gotta feel this. You gotta know this. You gotta know it. You have to know it. Oh, sure, I'm black and I'm proud. But what do I have to be proud of? Do you hear what the Father's talking to me about? And he's saying to us, can you hear this? Oh man, can you hear this? This is horrible. This is terrible. Oh man, please bear with me because I'm going to finish this. The Lord will afflict your knees and your legs with pain, boys. You cannot be cured. Spread it from your soles of your feet to the top of your head. The Lord will drive you, and the king will set over you in nations unknown to you. For your fathers, there will be worshiping other gods, gods of wood and stone. You will become a thing of horror and an object of scorn and ridicule for all the nations where the Lord will drive you. You will sow much seeds in the field, but you will harvest little, because locusts will devour it. You will plant vineyards and cultivate them, but you will not drink the wine or gather the grapes, because worms will eat them. You will have olive trees throughout your country, but you will not use the oil, because the olives will drop off. You will have sons and daughters, but you will not keep them, because they will go into captivity. Does this sound familiar? Swarms of locusts will overtake all your trees and the crops of your lands. The aliens who live among you will rise above and higher and higher. You will sink lower and lower. You will loan yourself. He will loan himself to you, but you will not loan to him. He will be your head. He will be the head, but you will be the tail. All of these curses will come upon you. They will pursue you and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord your God and observe the commands and decree he gave you. They will be a sign and a wonder to you and of your descendants forever, because you did not serve the Lord your God gratefully, gladly, and in the time of prosperity. Therefore, in hunger and thirst and nakedness and dire poverty, you will serve enemies. The Lord will send against you. He will put iron yokes on your neck until he destroys you. Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? I'm chosen to do what? To pay this price? And you're chosen? Do this mean anything to you? Oh, look at you, running around after your, oh man, oh man, oh man. You're running after your tail. You're running after the wind. You'll never catch it. You're cursed. Do you understand what a curse is? For a chosen one, you are cursed. I am cursed. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? You feel good about it? You feel brave about it? Oh, you are the joint, aren't you? Look at you. A clown for all the nations to make fun of you and disrespect you, carrying you off into captivities, taking your sons and daughters, bashing the heads of your infants. Oh, you are it? Huh? That's something to be proud of, huh? Well, then it's me then. It's just me that's catching hell just reading this. Oh, family. Family. And the whole thing is he's not done yet. He's not done speaking to you and speaking to me. You want more? Let's take more. Let's see how much more you can take. The Lord will bring a nation against you from far away, from the ends of the earth, like an eagle sloping down. The nation whose language you will not understand. This English I'm speaking to you is not my language. A fierce-looking nation without respect for old or pity for the young, they will devour the young of your livestock, the crop of your land, until you are destroyed. So you want to be chosen, do you? Let's finish it. They will leave you no grain, no wine, no oil. Oh man, we got another page of this, man. I have to stop here. I just have to. I just have to. I just have to. It's too much. It's too much for me to look at my family like this, to look at myself like this, look at my mother like this, and my father like this, and my children like this. I'm going to ask you to please forgive me. And maybe I'll come back another day. It is just too much for me. It's just too much. Bear witness to something. Bear witness to something. It starts at 15, and it is the curse for disobedience. And I stopped. I stopped at 28:52. The calves of your herd and the lamb of your flock until you are ruined. I have to put a marker here. Family, I'm going to have to ask you to please excuse me today. And I'm going to pray for strength to come back at another time to finish this. It is too much for me. Please forgive your brother. God, please forgive me. Thank you for listening.